Tracy Momi Reads. Today is not Friday. However, this video is being brought to you in the spirit of Final Friday content, okay? It is Tuesday, I'm aware, but I wanted to bring this to you because what I'm going to be talking about today is I'm going to be sharing some bookish gift ideas for the book lovers in your life, you know, since we are coming up to the holiday gift giving season. And I wanted to do it early because this Friday is Black Friday, right? But I wanted to do it a little bit earlier just to, I know a lot of people are, you know, participating, and myself included, in the economic blackout, you know, that goes from Black Friday through Cyber Monday, and you may not be wanting to make some purchases. So you can either do some shopping early or, you know, after that ends, if you still decide that you're giving gifts this year and you want to do something. The things that I'm mentioning, are actually gifts that are not only like affordable. I mean, some of them, like you'll see, you could probably get from like Dollar Tree or somewhere. I'm not like really mentioning any specific brands or retailers. You can Google some of the stuff and determine which stores and vendors you want to support, because, you know, I'm sure there's multiple places to get the things that I'm going to share. And the other thing is, all of the things that I'm sharing, they're my things. Like, I actually have them and I'm actually using them. So, you know, that take it from a book lover, a fellow book lover would love these things. You know, obviously the best thing to get book lovers are books. But unless you have like their wish list, you know, like, you know, maybe you don't know what kind of books they're really into, depending on your relationship with the person. But if you do know and you want to like do some cutesy presentation, you should Google the book bouquets, where they, like, instead of flowers, it looks just like a floral bouquet, but, you know, they put the books on sticks and put them and wrap them with the in the paper with the baby's breath. Those are really cute. And then also a bit, I guess, boring, but gift cards to bookstores or, you know, retailers that sell books are always going to be welcome if in a pinch. Like, if you can't decide or you don't have time, as long as the book lover can get a book with it, you know, they'll be happy. But these are just a few things that, like I said, I get a lot of use out of, and I think that other book lovers would actually enjoy. So I'm going to do a cutaway here to share this with you guys, but make sure that you stick around or at least come back to the end of the video because I have two major announcements. Okay, see you guys in a minute. Okay, if you have a book lover in your life who loves physical copies of books, there is a great chance that they probably love to annotate as well. And that's when you go in and you flag pages, you write little notes, you highlight passages. Now, they have kits, annotation kits that you can buy from like the Dollar Tree or Five Below or somewhere, but you can also put together something on your own. This is all my stuff. These things have come from different kits. And look at this one. This is cute because it has a ruler for those of us that are maybe anal retentive and want straight lines. But these are things that I actually use, so that's why it's kind of like a hodgepodge. But yeah, annotation kits are always a plus. Okay, and as you can see, I've outed myself as someone who reads well past my bedtime because these are book lights. Book lovers who read, again, physical books and they are reading past their bedtime would love these. I'm trying to get it on a dark spot here so you can see, like, this particular light in this one, it's not as bright. It's almost like a light that's like on a airplane or something, but oh, there it goes. You can see like how bright it is. And then this just clips to the page. This is another version of that. This light actually slides up, and it's a different like color, but also clips to the page. This one is a bit more of a powerhouse. This actually goes around your neck. And you cut the lights on here. So it's two lights. You see how bright that is? But check this out. That's not even as bright as it gets. Brighter, brighter, brightest and brightest. So this one really, if you're in a dark room, that one gets really light. And here, like, you can change the color of the light. So, and then this one is also, you can charge it. You know, you don't have to worry about. Now these, I've had both of these for a while. You can't recharge them, but I don't see, like, if there's a battery, I don't know where it is on here, but that is something to keep in mind when you're buying these. Like, if it's rechargeable, if the person's going to have to keep buying batteries, I would definitely say go with something that is rechargeable. Yeah, so this is a really good gift for those book lovers who stay up way past their bedtime. One more chapter. Okay, now this one may be a little bit more pricier. I'm not sure, but I got this for a as a Christmas gift a few years ago, and I think I've shared it before on the channel. This is an embosser. You can kind of see the raised you know, stuff in there, but let me do it and I'll show you what this is. And so, like, I bought these. Okay, first, let me go back. I'm getting too excited. When I first got this, I was just like embossing the page, you know, and it gives a raised look, but you kind of, you know, got to look at it real hard. You can't really read it as well. Then I saw somebody on TikTok. She had ordered these gold seals, and what she was doing was embossing the seal and then, you know, peeling it off because it's like a sticker, and then putting that in the book as opposed to embossing the pages. But that's pretty cool. If you, again, if you have someone that loves physical copies of books, or if they have like a library in their, you know, in their home, or a book nook where they want to personalize their books, this is just like super cute, from the library of, you know, with their name on it. And what I was doing when I first got it, like I said, I was doing the pages, but I was just doing every book in my library. I was like so excited, you know. Some of the books, obviously, because I had so many books I missed, like this particular one. But what I've been doing recently is I wait until I have read the book, and then I put a seal in it, you know, just to kind of give us true completion of it. But look how cute that is and how fancy. So yeah, so if you want to do a little splurge, I feel like my son may have gotten this off Etsy, maybe, perhaps, or I don't know. I don't know where he got it from, but Google it. I'm sure you can find this. It's an embosser for books, for pages, or just, you know. Okay, and yeah. I talked about this in another video. I got this offline, and I'm not even going to say again where I got it from, because like I said, I wasn't too satisfied with the service, but I know these are plentiful on Etsy. But it's just a thing where you can track the amount of books you've read so far for the year. And that'll be a cute thing because, you know, with the new year coming up, for a book reader to start over with how many books they've read. And I'll tell you, it's so exciting to be able to come over here and go, oh, you know, and flip the letter. I mean, not the letter, the number, and put the new number up. Okay, I just dropped one. But yeah, so that's where I am right now. I'm actually finishing up a book. So by the time the year ends, I'll probably be at 90, I think. But yeah, I think this is really a cute thing, especially if you have bookshelves and you're looking for some decor or something that kind of gives you a visual, you know, a little humble brag about how well you're doing. And now for your Kindle lovers, your digital or, you know, ebook lovers, if they have devices that they read on, you know, getting a cover, and then like these are stickers, like get stickers that they can maybe decorate themselves. Just Google book stickers. You can get these like batches of them so cheap online. And then they can like decorate it themselves. Cause I had like this just plain cover. I'm trying to, how do I open this? Doing this one-handed is not like the big, you know, greatest idea. But anyway, yeah, I have all these stickers to make it look a little bit fancy. And then this was something I think I got off Etsy or one of the TikTok shops or something. It's just like a little plug that goes into the charging port with my initial and a book, like a little charm. I have seen people that have things that look like keychains that hang all the way down here, and they make a lot of noise. That would annoy the shit out of me. I don't think I could do that. And a lot of them have like the smaller Kindle Soft, or the, you know, the very small Kindles where the things are hanging longer than the damn device. I cannot. But hey, if it floats your boat, or if that's something you think your book lover would be into, then by all means look for something like that as well. And the last thing, I think this is a cute idea for if you have someone in your life who is, like if they have a YouTube channel or a book talk or Instagram and or a podcast, and they have like a bookish name that they're using and they're trying to get their following up just as a show of support. This little Funko Pop in the glare is horrible, so I guess I should put it down. But I had this one made for myself, and in there I'm holding a laptop because I also write, and a book. You can get them where it's just a book, and then you can get it with their handle on Book Talk or Instagram, whatever they go by in the reading world. And I think that it is really cool if it's someone who not only are they into collecting books, but if they're also into collecting pops, then to have one of yourself, that's really cool. And you could just Google Pop Yourself by Funko, and it's on their website, and you put in kind of like a description, which how the skin color, if they wear glasses, what kind of accessories you want, the hair, and those type of things. And I'm not a collector, but I do have a couple, not a couple, one more. I have this one of Prince, who is my favorite all-time artist, that my son also got me that. But yeah, a Funko Pop would be a really cute gift as well. Okay, so as you can see, all of those things are either super affordable, super accessible, and things that people will actually use if they are, in fact, book lovers, because a lot of times, you give people gifts, and it's always the thought that counts. Don't get me wrong. But the joy of not only giving someone a gift, but seeing them use it, I think that that's a big plus. All right. So as for my two big announcements, in keeping in the same vein as the shopping, both of these things that I'm about to mention are also things you could add to your list of maybe things or potential gifts to get the book lover in your life. The first thing, it's a book. Imagine that. It's my new book that will be released on February 24th, 2026. However, it is now available for pre-order. The Candidate's Betrayal. I am so super excited about this book. And I don't know if I said that about all my books. I probably do. But this is for real this time. This book started off as 3 separate novellas that I have pared down and rewritten and edited to death to make into one cohesive story told in 3 parts. But the characters and the storyline, I love it. As a reader, this would be a book that I would pick up and be like, oh my God. And I'm not just saying it because I wrote it, like for real. I have those moments sometimes though, because I read so much that I read my own work and I'm like, oh, this is good. And it's like, girl, be quiet. You know you wrote that. But seriously, I feel like I lost myself in this one. And I'm kind of going back to my roots because it is more in the romance relationship vein with a political backdrop because you have a man who is running for the Senate, and his best friend passes away. And after his friend dies, there's a letter that his friend left that reveals a secret that rocks his world and the world of the people that the friend left behind, his widow and his daughter. So it's a lot of family drama, lost love, rekindled love, newfound love. And of course, like I said, you got some political landscape stuff. This was a story that I wrote during the pandemic. So there's even like a couple of pages in there about what happened during the pandemic, because I think the time frame, we have some flashbacks, but it starts in 2018 and goes through 2024. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. And I'm really excited about the fact that I'm also going to be able to offer an audiobook with multiple voices to make it a more immersive experience. And no, I am not doing the voices this time, or the audio. That was a fresh hell. Shout out to all these people that are able to do their own audiobooks and to voice talent as well. I'm going to put a link in the description. But it's just at my website, tracymomi.com. You can go there and pre-order now. And what's cool is that with the pre-order, 95% of the proceeds from the pre-order are going to the author. Like I'm doing it on my own platform, and I'm using a third party for the payment piece of it. But outside of the printing costs, and shipping, everything else will come back to me, as opposed to having to split something with the likes of the big box retailers. My book will be on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and all those places, and Audible, because you just can't get around that. But just for this, for the pre-order, you can only get pre-orders through me. And also, and that's only in the United States. Sorry guys, if you're watching from anywhere else. Also, you will be able to get a character concept illustration card. The books will be autographed, and then you'll also get a bookmark with a QR code to a playlist. So yeah, so I'm excited. So go out to TracyMilme.com and do the pre-order. Get a book for yourself, get a book for a friend, get a book for your book club. So the second thing I want to talk about, I've been toying with this idea for a while, and I just wanted something that was kind of passive, that I wouldn't have to do a lot to. And I think I found a way to do this, be able to put my own spin on it, but also not be, too distracted or encumbered with the process. I'm going to be offering merch on the channel, and I have like a limited drop. And let me back up here. In one of my videos, I think I talked to you guys about, if you watch my videos, you may hear me every now and then say, "Out back to the book," and it's from something that happened in a book club many eons ago, and it was meant to be a redirection because we had gotten totally distracted, and the person was annoyed, and they were like, "Back to the book, let's get back to the thing that we should be doing here." And so I have some back to the book merch as a part of this winter drop. That we'll only be able to get these particular designs like through winter, and then I will do because this is like a soft launch, then I will do a hard launch and offer more designs and different things in the spring. But yeah, book lovers also love merch. Okay, I remember being in a store one time, and I have so many t-shirts and different things, with stuff that's letting everybody know how I feel about books. And I was checking out, and this woman said, "Oh, what's your favorite book?" I totally didn't even realize I had on the shirt. In my silly, egotistical mind, I was like, "Oh, does she know me from my YouTube channel?" Then I was like, I said, "Wait, how do you know I like to read?" And she was like, "Your shirt?" Like, duh. So yeah, the collection that's available now, it's going to feature some t-shirts, sweatshirts, tote bags for the books, a cap, mug, So like I said, book lovers love things like that. I hope that it's something that, you guys will support and enjoy as we go into the future. And I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. I cannot believe we're coming down to the end of a year again together. I think I have 2 more videos scheduled after this one, and that's it. Like I have a Christmas book review, and then we're going to talk about my favorite reads of 2025, because I normally take off the last 2 or 3 weeks of the year. So we only got 2 more regularly scheduled videos after this one. And then the final thing that I want to say, because I know everything's been lighthearted and we're talking about shopping and, the whole capitalism and spending money. But sometimes you just got to find joy and grab things when you can. And unfortunately, sometimes that's going to cost you, but my heart does go out, and I do pray that the universe provides for anyone who is struggling this holiday season, whether it's financially, spiritually, your health, if you're having issues in your family. I know this time of year is not joyful for everyone, but I will tell you something that I have learned in my 55 years of life. That's life. It ebbs and flows. There's ups and downs, and you just never know when it's going to be over. So even in the midst of, maybe what you feel is your toughest trial, because depending on how old you are, it might not be. And that's sad to say, but it might not be. But you can always glean some type of gratitude or bright light. You just gotta, and I don't mean to be like, what is it called when you have that fake positivity shit? No, I'm dead serious. Like, a lot of times things seem so heavy that they pull you under, and you just think that you're never gonna see your way out of it. And then if you live long enough, you look back and you are not only amazed at what you survived, you got through that, which means you can get through anything. So stay strong if you are struggling this holiday season. I know it's also a sad time for people who have lost loved ones. It's just a lot going on, but you only get this one life, and we have to try to glean some joy, or some good moments whenever we can. So you guys have a happy Thanksgiving, however you plan on celebrating, or if you're not celebrating, enjoy your time off. If you're off, I will see you next Friday, with my Christmas review. Last thing, if there are any items that maybe I didn't mention that you have or that you've purchased that you felt would also be a good addition to the list we have going here, drop it in the comments, okay? And if you have not subscribed, go ahead and take the opportunity to do so now, because big things are coming in 2026 and you don't want to miss out. Again, all the links for my book and for the new shop merch is in the description. Thank you guys so much. Bye.